Getting ready to put some door hardware on before I put the doors in. I can put these guys in. The striker plates, I gotta wait until I get the door mounted so I can see where the striker's gonna line up. When they did the body work, these will go somewhere in here, but the holes are covered up. I might be able to see them from the other side. We'll take a look. So I'll check these out shortly, but the way these go in, gotta, maybe this is the other side. Yeah, there's the driver's side. So there's a stopper on the door that'll bump into this rubber bumper. When they chrome plated this, the rubber stopper is out, so I put that in hot water, got that back in place. I've got to put the pins in here yet, and they're right here, so I'm going to go drive those in. And then we can mount this, put the door in, and then see where the striker plate lines up. Okay, we got the catch pin, is nice press fit, nice and solid. Next thing we got to put on here before we install is the rubber keeper. It's when the door hits that, so that's the other door. So we'll put the screws on, and that's so that when the stopper hits that rubber, it doesn't pop it through, it just keeps it in place. So we'll pre-mount the screws into that. Okay, now I'm ready to put the 2 bolts in to hold this in place. The easiest way to tell which one goes on which side is the rubber thing, because they'll both fit in either hole, but the rubber thing should point directly in line with the door that would slide up into the fender. If you get the wrong one, the rubber piece will be pointing at an angle out to the side, so you know it's the wrong one. Okay, got both of the door catches installed now. So now we'll go ahead and put the doors in. I did a video on that over at the body shop of how to install those, so I'm just going to get and put those in, and then we'll figure out where to drill for the striker plate. Working on putting this door on, and we got this cover that goes on the outside. You can see these little tabs here, and there's the post that comes through the other side. And didn't know, but you gotta slide this guy in there before you put this whole assembly in, so that it can capture this guy from the other side. So gonna have to take all of this loose, drop it down and pull it back so I can get that rod back, and slide this guy in there and put it all back together. Okay, we got the door mechanism back in. We got that clip on there, and the way this door is made, I mean, there's going to be a gap there. I could re-drill that hole, but then I can't put the pin in. And if I push this up further, I can push it a little bit, but if I push it up, then I lose my centering pin there. So it's just the way this door is made. We got one door done. Shuts good. Gonna put a little pressure on it to lift it up, but that's okay. Door number 2 ready now. Works nice. Getting ready to put this convertible top frame together. Got key master drawing there, and unfortunately I took it to the body shop. He sent it out to his blaster, and they brought it back. At least they put these nuts and bolts in a box, and there's even numbers, so that's a good sign. And this is just the key skeleton, so we can get this ready to take to upholstery. I'll give them a call and see if they want it on the car or off the car. But I'll make sure we got all the hardware to put it on when I take it there. That way they don't have to fight that once they get ready to do the final fit. I've got it laid out with, I'm just looking at it the same way it's on the drawing here for me. And this would be the passenger side, and this is the driver's side. And so this would be facing to the front of the car. You can kind of tell the rain curtain rod can slide down in there too. So this slides up into the piece that doesn't have very long legs on it, and there's 3 holes that match up with 3 threaded holes on the top of these. So we'll put 6 screws with washers, these little star washers, 3 on each side. Get the first frame put together with those 3 screws on each side, and then the frame that doesn't have any connections other than the hole at the end will go in the middle, and then the one with the holes here, those will bolt in to the body. Those make the body connection, so that one will stay down, and this one will go in the center like that. So we'll see what nuts and bolts go on to the next one here. Okay, on the piece that goes down to the body, it goes on the outside, and there's 2 holes here. So it'll be the forward hole, and then these bolts have 2 different shoulder heights. There's a tall shoulder for this one, and then on this side over here you can see that's thinner, and it goes to the back hole. So this guy here in the center one goes to the back, and if we watch, it folds down nice and easy there, nice and flat. So I think we got the key bolts in for that. Next thing on the top is got these plates, and I'm not really sure why they even made these plates. I guess, you know, this is kind of a rough cut steel piece here, or maybe it's a cast, probably a cast part, so you can get a little bit smoother paint job on that. So there's just 4 screws on each side, so I'll go ahead and put those on. Okay, you got the plate on, and what that might be for is when you wrap the cloth around, you can tuck it in there and get it nice and tight. So might be part of the fabric attachment. Got these holes all tapped and clean. So I think this frame is pretty close. Now, according to the drawing, we've got these parts here that we're gonna put on the outside of the frame. And I know I've seen on the cars these are exterior to the cloth, but we can put them on there just so the guys know where everything goes when they put the upholstery stuff on. Next thing on this convertible frame is I've got these pieces on here, and the chrome plating makes them extra thick. There's a set screw that you can put in there also. I ground off just a little bit on the chrome on the back so that I could tighten this and still get free movement. And this one hooks on from the top down here, and then these will connect in the center here, and we've got this bolt that'll go in between those 2. And the challenge I got right now is if I tighten this bolt, these guys will lock up. So I need to take off just a little bit of chrome plating in these areas to get that tolerance back, so that I can tighten this bolt and still let these guys rotate freely. The other side has a little bit bigger challenge. Not too bad, but when I hook this one on here, it should line up to this bolt up here, where this guy will go. So you can see right now the frame is bent and these guys don't line up. So I'm going to use a wrench and a rag, and I'm just going to go along here and bend this metal to make this line up with the other one. A lot closer now, almost there. And to grind the inside of that hole out a little bit so that it had clearance for the nut to go through it. Okay, now we we see if we snug this nut, then this joint gets completely stuck. So there's a shoulder on this nut. So I've got to take thickness off of this guy on the inside so nobody can see it, so that shoulder can seat off. Okay, I think now we finally got these where they belong. You can pop them this way or take them off, but then whenever it goes into the car, it should fold all the way flat, and these bars get tucked into a little cubby hole. So when this comes down this way, these need to be able to fold like that and lay in the little space in the trunk. So there was so much chrome buildup I couldn't get these to rotate all the way back, but now we've got both of them working the right way. So got that, and then these 3 holes line up with the trunk, or I should say the lid. I'm going to come over here and show you the lid connection. So this is a convertible lid, and it's got these are threaded nuts, and they're just attached with a big acorn nut on the other side. So the way the operation works is you open this lid, fold the frame out on the convertible, and those 3 holes I just showed you line up with these 3 holes, and you have a thumb screw that you set in place. So the next order of business is to get the thumb screw assemblies put together. So we've got the acorn nut, the washer, and the threaded adapter in the convertible trunk lid. That's what this is. So now we need to get these other pieces attached to these guys here. So looks like there's a retainer, and we've got these wing nuts that go on there. So got these guys, and there's a little retainer spot there for a washer. So see what we can come up with there. And I think then the way that would work is you got 2 washers and a retainer, then this guy just stays with that so you don't lose it. And then you open the trunk, lay this to that, and use the thumb screws to tighten it. And the last thing on the convertible frame is got these 5/16. They're like welded on bolts to a piece of metal that go up under the fender, and then those will come up through the fiberglass, and there's locking nuts here that'll secure this inside this space right here. So that black painted piece, those bolts will stick up here, put the frame down, bolt it, and then I'm not going to attach it. I'm just going to attach those locking nuts and metal pieces to here so that the guys at the upholstery shop can set it in there if they want, see how it fits. So this thing is done and ready for upholstery now. And finally got the keeper ring with a washer on each side for these so that they can screw down into the pieces on the lid. Once the lid's installed here, the frame folds out and screws in.